All right, vocabulary 13, here we go. Make sure you write the definitions, and you can either write the sentence I give you or your own. So these are all from India's Ingenious Solar Canals or Buying Sunshine with Smartphones. Both stories about how there was a problem and then they used some technology to solve it. So the first word is inconsistent. It means not following a regular pattern. Consistent means like it does follow. In is a prefix that means not, so not consistent. So you could say she is talented, but her performances are inconsistent, meaning she has a lot of talent, but sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. For many people in India, inconsistent power is just a fact of daily life. So not having regular power that follows a pattern like it does in the US, how as long as you pay your bill, you're going to have power. In India, it's not going to follow that pattern. It's not consistent. Remember, you can always pause if you need to. Preserve. Preserve means to protect from being hurt or harmed. Now, one of the reasons I give you the definitions is because there are multiple meanings for some of these words. For example, preserves can also be like jelly, but this one means to keep it so it's not hurt. So, for example, the man preserved the car by always parking it in a garage. He kept it safe. The program is designed to preserve the canals. So it's designed to keep the canals sort of safe, to protect them. Naturally, they're not going to get hurt in the same way a person or a car might, but the water would all evaporate. So you're protecting something, you're preserving it. Irritation. Irritation can be like, you're such an irritation, you're annoying to me. Or it can be if your tissue, like your skin, is inflamed or sore. So again, a multiple meaning word. This one meaning an inflammation or soreness of a tissue, like a tissue on your body. So the cream will take away the irritation of the skin. He suffered from redness and irritation in his eyes. It's still annoying, like we might say another person irritates us, or an animal, like a fly or something, but it's specifically talking about like your skin or something on your body being inflamed or sore. Ingenuity is kind of a cool one. Ingenuity is like cleverness. So the title is called Ingenious, which is another version of this word. So ingenious is an adjective. Ingenuity is a noun. So ingenious means clever. Ingenuity is cleverness. So he used his ingenuity to invent new gadgets. So he was ingenious. He used his ingenuity. India showed a lot of ingenuity and creativity with their cutting-edge technology. So they were very clever and creative. They showed a lot of cleverness. So notice how changing that suffix at the end can affect how we use the word. If you've ever read the book Iggy Peck, Architect, it's this little girl who's very ingenious. She shows a lot of ingenuity. Inauguration. Now, again, you might think inauguration like, oh, that's when the president becomes the president. It's a ceremony. But more in general, it just means a formal beginning or start. So it can be a presidential inauguration when the president actually becomes president in January. They get elected in November. There's an inauguration ceremony for them in January. But it doesn't have to be a president. We could say we celebrated the inauguration of her new job as a writer. So the beginning of her new job as a writer. An inauguration ceremony was held for the project. In this story, I believe it was the canal story, there was a ceremony, a formal beginning ceremony when it began. International. You've probably heard this word before. Inter means between. National is like nations, countries. So it's between countries or having to do with two or more countries. So an international meeting was held for the leaders of many countries because it's between them all. Or an international agency wrote a report about energy use. That's from the story, although I did modify it a little bit because sometimes they're a bit long to fit, and I'm not going to make you write the whole thing. If you do want to see the official sentence, I include the page number. Convert. Convert, in this case, is a verb that means to change into another form. So he converted the sofa into a bed. He changed it. Or in the story, the panel converts sunlight into energy. It changes its form from sun to energy. And last but not least, innovative. Innovative means new and inventive. So the story I mentioned earlier with Iggy Peck, who's this little girl who's an architect, Iggy Peck was very innovative because of all her creative ideas. And with this innovative idea, students can study into the night. So that was the solar panel, the one with this student who had the irritation in his eyes because now he has light. This innovative idea, students can study into the night. Let me know if you have questions. Good luck.